Your life changes the moment you stop waiting for someone else to complete you. Right now, in this very moment, you already possess everything needed for an extraordinary life. I spent years believing happiness meant sharing my life with another person, until I discovered the incredible power of standing completely on my own. Look at your hands. These hands hold the power to build your dreams. Look at your mind. It carries unlimited potential waiting to be unleashed. Look at your heart. It beats with a strength that needs no outside validation. I remember my first night alone in my apartment after years of relationships. The silence felt deafening. The empty space seemed to mock me. But in that emptiness, something magical happened. For the first time, I heard my own thoughts clearly. I felt my own presence fully. That night marked the beginning of my most profound adventure, the journey of self-discovery. Each morning since then has brought new revelations. The simple joy of waking up and planning my day exactly as I want it. The freedom to eat when I'm hungry, sleep when I'm tired, and dance in my living room at midnight if that's what my... No compromises, no explanations, no guilt. This isn't about being anti-relationship or choosing loneliness. This is about finding the courage to be comfortable in your own company. It's about understanding that your worth isn't measured by your relationship status, but by the relationship you have with your... Think about it. Every great achievement in history started with someone willing to stand alone with their vision. Every breakthrough began with an individual brave enough to trust their inner voice. You're not just living alone. You're giving yourself the greatest gift possible, the chance to become your truest self. The moment you walk into a family gathering, it starts. Still single. At work, your colleagues constantly try to set you up. Your social media feed bombards you with engagement announcements, wedding photos, and couple goals. Sometimes it feels like the whole world is pushing you toward a relationship, doesn't it? Let me tell you something powerful. That pressure you feel isn't your own. It's a script written by society, not by you. And today, right here, you have the power to tear up that script and write your own story. Since childhood, we've been fed fairy tales about finding the one. Movies, books, songs, they all push the same message. You need someone else to make your life complete. But ask yourself honestly, who made these rules? Who decided that sharing your life with someone else was the only path to happiness? I watch people rush into relationships just to avoid being alone. They settle for less than they deserve because they fear judgment. They stay in unhappy partnerships because society tells them that's better than being single. Is this really the life you want? Living by someone else's rule book. It's walking confidently into that family gathering and saying, yes, I'm single and I'm thriving. It's declining that blind date without feeling guilty. It's posting your solo adventures on social media without caring what others might think. The beauty of choosing your own path is that you stop living for others' approval. Every decision becomes yours, pure and simple. Want to take that job across the country? Do it. Want to spend your savings on learning a new skill instead of date? Go ahead. Want to spend the weekend in complete solitude? That for every person questioning your choices, there's someone secretly admiring your courage. You're showing others that it's possible to be happy, successful, and fulfilled while being single. You're living proof that the traditional relationship-centered life isn't the only way to find joy. Breaking free from social pressure doesn't happen overnight. It's like building a muscle. Each time you stand firm in your choices, you grow stronger. Each time you choose yourself over society's expectations, your confidence grows. Each time you say, I'm happy as I am, your conviction deepens. Your worth isn't determined by your relationship status. Your value doesn't increase when someone else chooses you. You're already whole, already complete, already enough. The sooner you embrace this truth, the sooner you'll feel the incredible lightness that comes with living life on your own terms. Money talks, and when you're single, it speaks only your language. Let's talk about one of the most liberating aspects of living alone. Complete control over your finances. Every dollar you earn is a dollar you decide how to spend, save, or invest. Think about your bank account right now. That money, it's all yours. No joint decisions needed. No compromising on what matters to you. Want to spend $200 on that online course? Go ahead. Want to save 70 of your income? That's your call. Want to invest in that risky but exciting startup? Nobody's stopping you. I've seen too many people trapped in the cycle of financial compromise. They split bills with partners who earn differently, argue over spending priorities, and put their dreams on hold because we can't afford it right now. But you're writing your own financial story. Living alone means your mistakes are yours to make and learn from. But more importantly, your successes are entirely yours to celebrate. That promotion at work, the money goes straight to your goals. That side hustle you're building. Every penny supports your vision. It's eating out when you want to, not when it fits someone else's budget. It's choosing between the expensive gym membership or home equipment based solely on your preferences. It's deciding to live in a smaller apartment so you can invest more in your future. The beauty of solo financial management is the clarity it brings. You know exactly what comes in and goes out. No surprises, no hidden expenses, no supporting someone else's spending habits. Your financial goals stay crystal clear because they're not tangled with anyone else's priorities. And let's talk about debt. When you're solo, you're never picking up the slack for someone else's financial decisions. Your credit score remains yours to build. Your savings rate reflects your discipline alone. Your investment strategy matches your risk tolerance perfectly. This financial independence creates a foundation for everything else in your life. Want to switch careers? You can build an emergency fund without consulting anyone. Dream of starting a business? Every extra dollar can go straight into your startup fund, planning for retirement. You can be as aggressive or conservative as you choose. Financial independence isn't just about money. It's about freedom. Freedom to take risks. Freedom to invest in yourself. Freedom to create the life you envision without compromise. That's the power of managing money on your own terms. When you live alone, growth isn't just possible. It's inevitable. Every day becomes your personal laboratory for self-improvement. No one's holding you back. No one's needs compete with yours, and no one's limiting beliefs become your ceiling. Let me paint you a picture of growth in solitude. It's 6 a.m., and you decide to start a new morning routine. There's no partner's sleep schedule to consider. No one telling you, but we always have breakfast together. Just you. Making a choice to better yourself. An immediate living alone puts your personal growth into hyperdrive. Why? Because you're constantly solving problems independently. Need to fix something in your home? You learn how. Want to cook healthier meals? You teach yourself. Each challenge becomes an opportunity to add another skill to your arsenal. Your emotional growth skyrockets too. When there's no one else to lean on, you develop incredible emotional resilience. Bad day at work, you learn to process those feelings on your own, feeling uncertain about a decision. You strengthen your intuition by trusting yourself. You become your own best friend, your own counselor, your own cheerleader. That inner voice that used to seek validation from others, it grows stronger, clearer, more confident. You stop asking, what would they think? And start asking, what do I think? The beauty of solo living is the space it creates for experimentation. Want to try meditation? Your home is your sanctuary. Interest in learning a new language? Practice out loud without feeling self-conscious. Feel like rearranging your furniture at midnight. Go for it. Every moment becomes an opportunity for growth because there's no one else's comfort zone to consider. Look at your skills and interests. Living alone means you can dive deep into them without guilt. No more putting off that online course because your partner feels neglected. No more skipping yoga because someone else needs the living room. Your time is yours to invest in becoming better. When you live alone, you learn to sit with yourself. Really sit with yourself. In those quiet moments, you discover parts of your personality you never knew existed. You uncover dreams you'd forgotten. You face fears you'd been avoiding. This isn't just growth, it's transformation. And let's talk about decision-making. Every choice you make while living alone builds your confidence. Should I take that job offer? Should I move to a new city? When you make these decisions solo, you develop unshakable trust in your judgment. Each success reinforces your capability. Each setback teaches you resilience. The relationships you do choose to maintain become healthier too. Why? Because you're growing from a place of self-sufficiency, not need. Your friendships aren't about filling a void. They're about sharing your completeness with others. Your family connections strengthen because they're chosen, not dependent. Think about the skills you've gained just from living alone. Problem solving, time management, financial planning, emotional regulation, home maintenance. These aren't just life skills, they're superpowers. Each one makes you more capable, more independent, more confident. This is what accelerated personal growth looks like. It's going to bed every night slightly better than you woke up. It's facing challenges head on because you know they'll make you stronger. It's building a life so full and rich that others wonder how you do it all by yourself. Time, 24 hours each day, pure and untouched, completely yours to shape. When you live alone, every minute belongs to you. No compromising on schedules, no waiting for someone to get ready, no sacrificing your productive hours for someone else's. Let's start with mornings. Your mornings. Want to wake up at 5 a.m. and hit the gym? The alarm is yours to set. Prefer to work late and sleep in? That's your choice. Need complete silence for your morning meditation? You've got it. Your morning routine becomes a sacred ritual that sets you up for success. Think about weekends for a moment. Most people spend their weekends negotiating, right? Which movie to watch, where to eat, whose family to visit. But your weekends are blank canvases. Want to spend all Saturday writing that book you've dreamed of? Do it. Feel like taking a spontaneous road trip? Just grab your keys and go. This isn't just about freedom. It's about energy management. Living alone means you can structure your day around your natural rhythms. You know those golden hours when your creativity peaks? They're yours to harness. That mid-afternoon slump? Handle it your way, whether that means a power nap or a quick workout. Here's what happens when you control your time. So projects that seemed impossible suddenly become achievable. That online business you've been dreaming of, you can work on it every evening without explanation. Learning a new instrument. Practice at midnight if that's when inspiration strikes. Your goals accelerate because your time serves only your priorities. But there's something even more valuable than productivity. It's the luxury of moving at your own pace. Some days you'll be a productivity machine, crushing tasks and achieving goals. Other days you might need rest, reflection, or both are perfectly fine because you answer only to yourself. The guilt disappears too. You know that feeling of guilt when you want to spend hours on your hobby instead of entertaining someone else, gone. The stress of rushing through your workout because someone's waiting for you at home. As your time becomes truly yours, free from the weight of others' expectations. Living alone teaches you to value your time differently. You learn that every hour is an investment in your growth, your happiness, your future. You become more intentional about how you spend it. Those mindless hours scrolling through social media, they naturally reduce because you're too busy living your best life. Watch how your productivity soars when you're in complete control. No more waiting for the house to be empty to record that podcast. No more postponing important work because someone needs attention. Your workflow becomes seamless, interrupted only by the breaks you choose to take. And relationships, they improve too. When you do spend time with friends or family, it's because you want to, not because you're avoiding being alone. Your social interactions become more meaningful because they're chosen, not default fillers for your... The magic happens in those unplanned moments too, those random bursts of inspiration at 3 a.m. You can act on them immediately. That sudden urge to reorganize your entire living space, no need to consult anyone. Your creativity flows freely because time is no longer a negotiation. Here's what mastery of your time looks like. It's finishing projects that others only dream about. It's developing skills at twice the normal pace. It's having the space to reflect, create, and grow without interruption. It's building a life that moves to the rhythm of your own dreams. Your space reflects your soul. When you live alone, every corner of your home becomes a perfect expression of who you are. No compromises on decor, no debates about organization, no clash of styles, just pure, unfiltered you. Look around your living space right now. That chair you're sitting in, it's exactly where you want it. The temperature, set to your perfect comfort level. The scents, the sounds, the lighting, everything aligned with your preferences. This isn't just about decoration. It's about creating an environment that nurtures your... Living alone means your home becomes your power station. Need absolute silence to focus. You've got it? Want to fill the air with meditation music? Play it as loud as you like. Prefer minimalist spaces. Keep it clean and simple. Love being surrounded by books, art, or plants. Fill every shelf without compromise. The beauty of controlling your environment goes beyond aesthetics. It's about creating spaces that support your goals. That corner desk facing the window, it boosts your productivity. The clutter-free kitchen, it makes healthy eating easier. Your organized closet, it streamlines your mornings. Every element serves your success. There's what happens in a space that's completely yours. Your mind clears. Without visual noise from someone else's belongings or lifestyle, you can think more clearly. Your creativity flows better. Your sleep improves because your bedroom is exactly how... Your stress levels drop because everything is where you want it. And organization, it becomes your superpower. No more adapting to someone else's system. No more searching for items moved without your knowledge. Everything has its place, your place, and stays there. This organization extends beyond physical space into mental clarity. This is what true environmental control looks like. Walking through your front door and feeling instant peace. Knowing every object in your home brings value to your life. Having a space that energizes you for your goals and comforts you after. Your home becomes more than a living space. It transforms into your personal success center, designed perfectly for your lifestyle, your work, and your career takes off differently when you live alone. Every professional decision becomes crystal clear because the only future you're planning for is your own. No need to balance two career paths. No geographic limitations from someone else's job. No compromising your ambitions for a relationship. Think about those big career moves you've been considering. That startup idea. When you live alone, you can pour every extra hour into building it. That risky career switch, you can take that leap without explaining yourself to anyone. Want to work until midnight on your passion project. The only person's schedule you need to consider is your own. Success loves focus, and living alone gives you unlimited amounts of it. After work hours become your personal growth time. Weekends transform into opportunities for side hustles. Late nights can be spent learning new skills. Your home office isn't just a space. It's your personal command center for building an empire. Here's what happens when your career decisions aren't tied to anyone else. You start taking bold moves. Maybe it's applying for that position abroad. Perhaps it's turning down the safe job for the exciting startup opportunity. Or possibly it's starting your own business. The fear of failing becomes less intense because you're only responsible for yourself. Living alone means your professional growth can happen at warp speed. Need to prepare for a big presentation. Your entire evening is yours. Want to take an intensive online course? You can restructure your whole routine around it. Have to network at late-night events? No one's waiting for you at home wondering where you are. The financial aspect of career building becomes simpler too. Your investment in your professional growth, whether it's courses, certifications, or equipment, needs no justification. Want to spend money on that expensive professional conference? It's your call. Need to live on savings while starting your business? You can cut expenses without affecting anyone else. Watch how your professional network expands when you're living solo. You can say yes to last-minute business dinners, accept invitations to weekend workshops, travel for conferences without checking in with anyone. Your availability becomes your advantage in building crucial professional relationships. Risk-taking gets easier too. When you're living alone, failure looks different. Sure, it might be challenging, but it's your challenge to face. This mindset makes you more likely to take calculated risks that can skyrocket your career. You become more innovative, more entrepreneurial, more willing to try new approaches. You're something powerful. Your work-life integration becomes seamless. Those moments when inspiration strikes at odd hours, you can act on them immediately, that brilliant idea that needs immediate attention. Your home environment is already set up for instant productivity. Your living space becomes a launch pad for your dreams. The best part? Your success belongs entirely to you. Every promotion, every achievement, every milestone, they're all results of your undiluted focus and dedication. This builds not just your career, but your confidence. You know, deep down, that you can handle whatever challenges come your way. This is what career freedom looks like. It's building your professional life exactly as you envision it. It's taking risks that others can't. It's turning your home into an incubator for your dreams. It's watching your professional goals manifest faster than you imagined possible. Your body, your rules. Living alone puts you in complete control of your health and wellness journey. No one else's food preferences to consider. No compromising on workout times. No disrupted sleep patterns. Just you, focusing on becoming the healthiest version of yourself. The kitchen becomes your personal nutrition center. Stock those shelves with foods that fuel your goals. No more unhealthy snacks because someone else craves them. No more cooking separate meals to please different tastes. Want to try that new diet? Go ahead. Feeling like meal prepping for the week? The kitchen's all yours. Fitness transforms when you live alone. Your living room becomes your gym whenever you want it. Those 6 workout videos, play them at full volume, need to squeeze in a quick yoga session at lunch. No one's space to consider but yours. Want to keep your running shoes by the door? They'll stay right where you put them. Sleep, probably the most underrated aspect of health, becomes yours to perfect. Create your ideal sleep environment. Set the temperature exactly right. Keep your bedroom as dark as you like. No more disrupted sleep from someone else's schedule. No compromise on bedtime routines. Your body's natural rhythm becomes your only guide. Here's what happens when you control your wellness journey. Your energy soars. Why? Because everything from your meal times to your exercise schedule aligns perfectly with your body's needs. Those headaches from eating foods that don't serve you, gone. The frustration of missed workouts due to others' schedules, vanished. Watch how your health goals accelerate when you're in complete control. That target weight, easier to reach when every meal is your choice. Those fitness milestones, achieved faster when your workout schedule is uncompromised. Your stress levels, naturally lower because you're living in harmony with your body's needs. This is what health freedom looks like. It's waking up refreshed because you slept exactly as long as you needed. It's eating foods that make you feel amazing. It's working out when your energy peaks. It's creating a lifestyle that supports your well-being in every way. Living alone doesn't mean living in isolation. It means choosing your social connections intentionally. You're creating a social life that adds value to your world instead of filling empty spaces. Think of it as curating your personal museum of relationships where every connection earns its place. Friends become something different when you live alone. You're not making friends out of convenience or because they're someone's friends. You're choosing people who genuinely match your energy, who understand your path, who respect your independence. These friendships grow deeper because they're built on want, not need. Your social calendar transforms too. Those weekend plans, they're exactly what you want them to be. Feel like having a quiet Friday night? Perfect. Want to host a dinner party? The space is yours. Need a weekend of complete solitude? No explanations needed. You're not answering to anyone's social expectations, but your own. Family relationships take on new meaning. Without a partner's family obligations competing for attention, you can invest in these relationships thoughtfully. Visit your parents because you want to, not because it's someone else's turn. Spend holidays where you choose. Your family time becomes quality time, not obligatory time. There's something beautiful about solo living. You become a social connector. Your home becomes a gathering space on your terms. Host game nights when you want. Start a book club if you choose. Create the kind of social environment that reflects. You're not just joining communities. You're building them. Dating? It transforms completely. You're not dating because you're lonely or because society expects it. You're dating because you choose to explore connections. There's no pressure to settle down because your life is already full and complete. You can take your time, be selective, and only pursue relationships that truly add value to your already amazing life. Watch how your social interactions become more authentic. When you meet people, You're not trying to fill a void or find the one. You're connecting from a place of wholeness. This attracts higher quality relationships into your life. People sense your independence, your confidence, and they're drawn to it. The best part? You become incredibly good at boundaries. You learn to say no to social obligations that don't serve you. You recognize energy-draining relationships faster. You naturally distance yourself from toxic connections because you know the peace of your solitude is better than the chaos of wrong relationships. Phone calls become different too. When you reach out to friends or family, it's because you want to connect, not because you're bored or lonely. These conversations have more meaning because they're chosen moments of connection rather than habit or obligation. Social media stops being a substitute for real connection. You're not scrolling through feeds to feel less alone. You're already comfortable with your solitude. Instead, you use these platforms intentionally, sharing your authentic life and connecting with like-minded individuals. Having deep, meaningful friendships that don't demand daily attention. It's enjoying family time without feeling trapped by obligations. It's dating with confidence because you know being alone is better than being with the wrong person. It's building a social network that energizes rather than drains you. Silence becomes your friend when you live alone. In those quiet moments, you discover the most important relationship of all, the one with yourself. That voice in your head. It becomes kinder, clearer, more supportive. You're not just living alone. You're thriving in your own company. Every morning you wake up to peace, no emotional weather, but your own to navigate. Your home becomes a sanctuary where you can fully be yourself. Feeling down, you can process those emotions without putting on a brave face. Feeling joyful. Celebrate freely. Dance wildly, laugh loudly. Self-love grows naturally in solitude. You learn to cook meals just for you because you're worth the effort. You make your bed each morning because you deserve to come home to beauty. You take care of your space, your body, your mind, not for anyone else's approval, but because you value yourself. Your emotional stability strengthens without the constant influence of someone else's moods. You learn to manage your own emotional landscape. You develop tools for self-soothing, self-motivation, and Your happiness becomes truly yours, not dependent on anyone else's presence or approval. Call to act. Now it's your turn to embrace this incredible journey. Starting today, view your solitude not as a temporary state, but as a chosen path to extraordinary personal power. Your solo life isn't a waiting room for companionship. Take that first step. Maybe it's rearranging your living space to reflect your true self. Perhaps it's starting that project you've been dreaming about, or possibly it's simply sitting in peaceful solitude without reaching for your phone. Every moment you spend embracing your solo journey is an investment in becoming your strongest, most authentic self. The world needs more people who are brave enough to live life on their own terms, who understand that alone doesn't mean lonely, it means unlimited. Your path of living alone isn't just about independence, it's about inspiration. You're showing others what's possible when you trust yourself enough to walk alone. Every day you spend thriving in your solitude sends a powerful message. Life is meant to be lived fully, whether someone's watching or not. Start now. Your extraordinary solo life is waiting. The power to create it has always been within you. Take it, use it, and watch how magnificent your world becomes when you fully embrace the art of living alone.